In this lecture, I am going to explain about inverse Z transforms. If you find Z transform of discrete time signal x of k, you will be getting x of z. Then if you find the inverse, if you apply inverse Z transform for x of z, you will be converting Z domain back into a discrete time domain. For that, we are having two methods: long division method, partial fraction method, and residue method. First one, long division method. In case of long division method, you will be having x of z as some function. Here, in order to find the inverse Z transform for this function, in order to find x of k, first we need to arrange the numerator and denominator either decreasing powers of z, like this, or in the increasing powers of z inverse. Either we need to arrange the numerator and denominator in decreasing powers of z or in increasing powers of z inverse. So I am doing it in decreasing powers of z over here. Now start division: z square minus z plus 0.5 z. Here our target is, in each and every division, this term should be cancelled. In order to cancel out this term, so with which term we need to multiply this z square. I repeat again, in order to cancel out this term, with which term we need to multiply this first term in this part. So if you multiply this z square with z inverse, you will be getting z over here. So that it will be cancelled out. So in order to cancel this term, with which term we need to multiply this first term in this part. So by multiplying z square with z inverse, we will be getting z over here, so that it will be cancelled. So next, wait. So z inverse into z square becomes z, and z inverse into minus z becomes 1, and it will be 0.5 into z inverse. We need to multiply this z inverse with total part. This will be cancelled, changing signs. Now it will be 1 minus 0.5 into z inverse. Next, in the second division, this first term should be cancelled. In order to cancel out this first term, with which term we need to multiply this z square. So if you multiply z square with z power minus 2, you will be getting 1 over here, so that it will be cancelled. Now start multiplying this total part with z power minus 2. So z power minus 2 into z square 1, z power minus 2 into minus z inverse. Next, plus 0.5 into z power minus 2. Our target is to cancel out the first term in each and every division. Minus plus minus. Here it will be 1 minus 0.5 means 0.5 into z inverse. Now this is 0.5 into z power minus 2. Now we need to cancel out this 0.5 into z inverse, first term. So now by multiplying this with 0.5 into z power minus 1, now it becomes 0.5 into, z power minus 3 it should be. So z square into 0.5 z power minus 3 means 0.5 into z inverse. So this is the thing we need to get. So by multiplying z square with which term, we will be getting 0.5 into z inverse with 0.5 into z power minus 3. Now multiplying this term with total part. Now minus z into, this becomes minus 0.5 into z power minus 2 plus 0.5 into z power minus 3. Next, minus plus minus. Now 0.5 into z power minus 2 minus 0.5 into z power minus 2 becomes 0. Now this becomes minus 0.5 into z power minus 3. Next, in the next term, so with which term we need to multiply this z square in order to get this minus 0.5 into z power minus 3 minus 0.5 into z power minus 5. So you will be getting something over here. Finally, this is a long process, and this is on. So now, what is the thing that you are getting here, x of z, by dividing this part? So z power minus 1 plus z power minus 2 plus 0.5 into z power minus 3 minus 0.5 into z power minus 5, and so on. Now directly if you write x of k from this, see here, this is x of 1 into z power minus 1. There is no zeroth sample over here. X of 1 into z power minus 1 means x of 1 is 1, and this is x of 2 into z power minus 2 means x of 2 is 1. This is x of 3 into z power minus 3 means x of 3 value is 0.5, and there is no term of x of 4 into z power minus 4, and this is x of 5 into z power minus 5, means x of 4 is 0, x of 5 is minus 0.5. In this way, simply you can write this x of k sequence, or you can also write this as x of k as this is delta of k minus 1 plus, and this is delta of k minus 2 plus, and this is 0.5 into delta of k minus 3 plus, this is 0, and this is minus 0.5 into delta of k minus 5. If you apply Z transform for this, Z power minus 1 into Z transform of delta of k, Z transform of impulse becomes 1, Z power minus 1, Z power minus 2 into Z transform of delta of k, 1 means Z power minus 2, 0.5 into Z power minus 3, and minus 0.5 into Z power minus 2. This is the thing that you are getting. So you can write this sequence as this one. In this way, you can find the inverse Z transform by using long division method. We can see one more example also. Now the second function is x of z equals to z power minus 1 into 1 minus z power minus 2 by 1 minus z power minus 2 whole square. So we need to find the inverse Z transform by using long division method. Here I am arranging, I am multiplying Z inverse with this bracket. It becomes Z power minus 1 in minus Z power minus 3 by this is 1 minus x whole square, a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. By applying that, here we are getting this. Now already told you that we can start division process either by arranging numerator and denominator with decreasing powers of z, or we can arrange the numerator and denominator with increasing powers of z inverse. See here, it is z inverse and it is z power minus 3 and so on. It is z power minus 1 0, z power minus 2, z power means z power minus 1 whole square, this is z power minus 1 whole power 4. In this way we can arrange. Now we can start division. In these two manners we can do this. Z power minus 1 minus z power minus 3. Of course, we can do it here. 1 minus 2z power minus 2 plus z power minus 4, z power minus 1 minus z power minus 3. Here also in the same manner. So, with which term we need to multiply this first term in order to get this first term. So, 1 into z inverse becomes z inverse. Now, multiply this z inverse with total part. Minus 2 into z power minus 3. Plus z power minus 5. Now minus plus minus. Now 2 minus 1 means z power minus 3 minus z power minus 5. Again, in the second division, with which term we need to multiply this first term in order to get this first term. So plus z power minus 3. Z power minus 3 minus 2 into z power minus 5 plus z power minus 7 minus plus minus. So this is 2 minus 1 means z power minus 5 minus z power minus 7. Again, so plus z power minus 5 into 1 means z power minus 5 minus 2 into z power minus 7 plus z power minus 9. So minus plus minus z power minus 7 minus z power minus 9. Again, in the next term, we will be getting z power minus 7 plus 1. So x of z, what we are getting? Z power minus 1 plus z power minus 3 plus z power minus 5 plus z power minus 7 plus 1. So from this we can obtain the inverse Z transform as x of k as simply 1. This is k equals to first sample x of 1 into z power minus 1, and there is no zeroth sample. First of all, x of 0 becomes 0, means this is zeroth sample, x of 0, and x of 1 1, and x of 2 there is no x of 2 sample, and x of 3 means 1, and x of there is no x of 4 sample, and x of 5 sample, x of 5 into z power minus 5, there is no x of 6 sample, and x of 7 sample 1, and so on. Similarly, if you write x of k in terms of shifted impulses, this is delta of k minus 1 plus delta of k minus 3 plus delta of k minus 5 plus delta of k minus 7 plus so on. In this way, we can arrange denominator either in decreasing powers of z or in increasing powers of z inverse, and after that we need to do long division process, and after that by writing this coefficient x of z, from that we can write directly x of k. Thank you. In this lecture I am going to find out some problems for inverse Z transform using partial fraction method. Here x of z is given as z is z minus 1 by z plus 1 into z plus 2. First we need here by using partial fraction method I am finding the inverse Z transform. X of z is given as z into z minus 1 by z plus 1 into z plus 2. First we need to obtain the partial fractions for x of z by z. So I am taking this z to the left side. It becomes x of z by z equals to z minus 1 by z plus 1 into z plus 2. I repeat again, don't forget to find the partial fractions for x of z by z. So for x of z by z, we need to find the partial fractions. For that, I am taking this z to the left side. Now x of z by, now it becomes, we can write this as a by z plus 1 plus b by z plus 2. If you find a can be obtained by a equals to z plus 1 into total function z minus 1 by z plus 1 into z plus 2. This is all at z equals to minus 1. If you put z equals to minus 1, you will be getting a as minus 1. The same way, if you find b, it will be z plus 2 into total function z minus 1 by z plus 1 into z plus 2. This is all at z equals to minus 1. If you find this, then you will be getting b as 3. And now x of z by z becomes a means minus 2 by z plus 1 plus b means 3 by z plus 2. Now take this z to the right side. After doing the partial fractions, take this z to the right side. I repeat again, first we need to find the partial fractions for x of z by z function. After getting the partial fractions, now take this z to the right side. X of z equals to minus 2 into z by z plus 1 plus 3 into z by z plus 2. After taking the z to the right side, now find the inverse Z transform. Now z inverse of x of z, simply x of k will be equivalent to here minus 2 into z inverse of z by z plus 1. Minus 2 into z inverse of z by, I am writing this z plus 1 as z minus of minus 1, and here it is 3 into z inverse of z by, I am writing z plus 2 as minus of minus 1. See here, it is minus 2 into, we know that z inverse of z by z minus a as a power k into u of k. Here in the place of a, we are having minus 1. So minus 1 whole power k into u of k. Of course, u of k value is 1, you can write it up, you cannot write it. Now plus 3 into, it is z inverse of z by z minus a, means here it is a power k into u of k. Or simply you can write minus 2 whole power k. In this way we can find by using partial fraction. So let us go for one more example. X of z is given as z by z square plus 0.3z plus 0.02. Now I am writing it as z by z square plus, of course we can simply write it as z plus 0.1 into z plus 0.2. If you multiply these two, you will be getting this term. So I am writing this as z plus 0.1 into z plus 0.2. This is x of z. But we need to obtain the partial fractions for x of z by z. For that reason, why I am bringing this z to the left side. Now it is 1 by z plus 0.1 into z plus 0.2. Now x of z by z equal to a by z plus 0.1 plus b by z plus 0.2. Now similarly, if you find a equals to z plus 0.1 into this total function at z equals to minus 0.1, if you find that, you will be getting a as 10, and b equals to z plus 0.2 into this total function at z equals to minus 0.2. If you find that, you will be getting b as minus 10. By putting this and bringing z to the right side, becomes 10 into z by z plus 0.1 minus 10 into z by z plus 0.2. Now, by applying inverse Z transform on both sides, Z inverse of x of z equals to x of k equals to 10 into Z inverse of z by, it is like z minus of minus 0.1, means z by z minus a. You can get it as a power k into u of k, and minus 10 into z by z inverse of z by z minus of minus 0.1, means a power k into u of. In this way, we can find the inverse Z transforms by using partial fraction method. If you are having any repeated poles at particular pole, if it is Z plus 0.1 whole power 2 or whole power 3, then we need to apply suppose you are having some denominator as Z plus 0, Z plus 2 whole cube, then you need to write this as, in terms of partial fractions, A by Z plus 2 plus B by Z plus 2 whole square plus C by Z plus 2 whole cube. Then we need to find these coefficients A, B, C. Further, we are having formulas. Thank you.